So what's up, everybody? Scott X1307 here again. Got something a little different. Decided to, since I couldn't get to flea markets here in a while, I've been without a ride. Got both vehicles are down right now. So I'm borrowing a little truck from my dad. And it's also with the weather being so cold, and of course we've had snow the other day. It kind of locked everything down around Atlanta. I'm sure everybody saw that on the news. I'm a little outside of that, so it wasn't quite as bad, but yeah, the roads got a little icy and stuff, and you know, I just, down here in the south, people just aren't prepared for that, and they don't like to get out in it anyway. So yeah, ended up giving me a day off of work, unexpected, because we had to close. So anyway, I decided to go down to the local comic shop and pick up some current titles, which is something I don't normally do, but I've been hearing there's a couple of series that I've been trying to keep up with, and I've heard some good stuff about a couple other things I wanted to try out. So we'll start off here. Picked up the Star Wars Lucas Draft number 0. And this isn't really a story tie-in, so unless you're just a big fan of this particular series, I'd skip this issue. It does have some good sketches and things that they were using to redesign the characters, some excerpts from the actual Lucas Draft that they're using for the descriptions of characters and things like that, and some pretty neat art. But other than that, like I said, it's no real story or anything like that. It's just kind of behind the scenes look at this book, but still it's pretty cool. So pick that up. This issue here, I was so happy they still had this. This is selling out pretty fast, and this is first printing. Actually, the Tim Seeley variant cover of Afterlife with Archie number 3. What can I say about this? It's been great so far. It's Archie with zombies. Why nobody ever thought of this before is beyond me, but yeah, it's got me reading Archie again for the first time in, I don't know, 20 years, since I was a kid. But they're really doing a good job with it. It's got that fun feel of Archie with the dark horror tones mixed really well. The art is fantastic. The story is great so far. So if you're not on this now, pick this up. And this series here, I picked up issue 1 and 2. I was curious about this. The art looked pretty neat, and I've heard some good stuff from several people here on YouTube about this. This Alex and Ada, issue 1 and 2, and yeah, it's not your typical comic story. It's not action packed, but it's got me interested. If you don't mind a story that's not all action, not superheroes, but something that's definitely feels like it's building to something. It's revolving around it's a little bit in the future, and they have artificial intelligence and things like that. It's a really neat look at the future, a very realistic future, I think, and the story so far is pretty good. Like I said, it's not your typical comic. It is kind of slow, but it's an engaging kind of slow. I don't know how to describe it. It's just different. Very happy with the first 2 issues. The art is actually really good, and the story seems to be going somewhere. So yeah, I plan on trying to pick up some more issues of this as it comes out. This series here, I mean, like everyone who's buying this, I saw it. I've heard the good and the bad about it. I picked it up for the art, like everybody. It's Jeff Darrow's Shaolin Cowboy, issue 1 and 2. I don't know, what can I say? It's not really a story. If you like Jeff Darrow's art, super detailed, pick it up. It's very bloody, and I mean, it's a Shaolin Cowboy, and he's fighting zombies in this, so I mean, I had to pick it up. But yeah, if you're wanting something that's real story heavy, yeah, this isn't for you. But if you're a huge fan of Darrow's art, like a lot of people, definitely pick this up. You won't be disappointed in the art, at least. And I will say the intro part, the little 2-page type story that's in the beginning of issue 1 is pretty damn funny. And that's about the most story you'll get out of these 2 issues. But yeah. And I'm really, when I look around at current titles and everything, there's just not a lot of the big 2 that I want to pick up. Marvel and DC are just kind of disappointing right now. I had a guy I work with who is the only person I know, around me. He reads comics and he picks up X-Men and Justice League, things like that, and he'll let me borrow those, and I read them, keep up with them a little bit. I have to say, I mean, X-Men is okay. I'm just doing some really weird things right now, and there's only a couple of titles that I've read from him from DC's New 52 that seem really, seem interesting to me. But I decided, it was really like years ago when Marvel did Wolverine Origin. Picked that up when it came out. Was really happy with that, and decided to give the Origin 2 a shot. So this is pretty much the only Marvel books, only books from either one of the big 2 that I picked up. Haven't read these yet. I've looked through. I mean, it's Adam Kubert art. I always love the Kubert brothers art. Have since the 90s. And I haven't read them yet, but yeah, it looks pretty interesting, and definitely always like to see a little more of Wolverine's origins and his past. So looking forward to reading these. His next 2 books, I just saw them on the shelf, and I just picked them up because the art looked neat. This first book here there was a card series. I remember this card series. I don't remember when it came out. May have been before I was born. I'm not sure. I know, if I'm not mistaken, it was by the same people that did the Mars Attacks card series back in the 50s or 60s that was banned. And they did another series. I think originally it came out in the early 70s. It was called Dinosaurs Attack. And I remember when I was a kid, my mom came home and she had picked up 3 or 4 packs. They were unopened, of these cards, and it may have been a reprint series, but they were really, I mean, for cards designed for kids, trading cards, they're really kind of bloody. The one I remember was on the card it had, I think it was a T-Rex. It was a big dinosaur, and he's just stomping his foot down on this little boy's dog. And the little boy's standing there and he's still holding the leash, and the dog just splats, and I mean, it's just blood, and it was kind of gruesome, and the little boy's just like, I can see why they were banned. That's the story I was told, and when they originally came out, they were banned also. So yeah, they were pretty bloody. So I saw this on the shelf. It's from IDW, issue number 1, Dinosaurs Attack. And it's got Herb Trimpe art on the inside, and the cover here is by Norum. I forget his first name. It's a pretty cool painted cover. Definitely reminds me of the card series. The art inside, it's Herb Trimpe. It's pretty good art. I haven't read it yet, but it, just from flipping through it, it seems to follow the same storyline as the original series. Scientists create this a machine. It's not like a time machine. It's like a window where they can look at the past. But in this, it's a satellite, and they kind of looks like they beam, or like a space station, not satellite, space station, and they kind of beam this thing down on the Earth, and it makes the entire Earth like a window, and they see prehistoric times, dinosaurs roaming. And in the card series, I remember it was it was a giant computer screen. It was like a window, and something happened. It shorted out, and it became a portal, and the dinosaurs started coming through, and they couldn't close it. Well, in this one, apparently, whatever they shot down at the Earth, there was some kind of storm or something. That's what it looked like, and it looks like the entire Earth gets turned into a portal, like it's almost morphing the entire Earth back into prehistoric times, and a dinosaur pops up in the middle of this giant city and starts running rabbit. And that's just from flipping through looking at it. So it seems to be a pretty good story, at least easy followable story just from the art. So I'm pretty excited to read that. It brings back a lot of memories, that card series as a kid. This next book here, I picked it up just for the artist. I have no idea what it's really about. I thumbed through it, and just like I figured, just from thumbing through it, can't figure out much about the story. But it's The Hollows, issue number 1, with art by Sam Keith. Been a huge Sam Keith fan since I was a kid. Loved his work on Marvel Comics Presents and Wolverine, and then of course the Max at Image was one of my favorite titles back in the day, and still is a great title. But like a lot of the books that Keith works on, very weird, and this seems to be in the same vein. It looks like it's definitely got like a fantasy horror feel. It looks like there's some kind of ghouls or demons or something that have, I don't know if they've taken over the Earth or they're starting to invade the Earth, but they kind of, it looks like they suck the souls out of people. Not like zombies, they're not going around trying to eat people, but it just looks like they suck the life out of people or something. And I don't know, this guy, there's a couple of pages. This guy, they're working on this contraption, and it's like a suit with wings, and he takes off flying and stuff like that. So it looks interesting. Definitely looks very weird, but the artwork looked fantastic. If you like Sam Keith and his kind of quirky art style, I'd say even though it's a $3.99 title, I don't know, it's worth picking up to me just for the art. And finally, I picked up something that's long overdue. Started picking this series up when it first came out for a number of reasons. Mainly it was written by Brian K. Vaughan and art by Fiona Staples. And I'm sure everybody knows what I'm talking about now. It's Saga. Picked up the first 3 issues, and then, me and my buddy went to start our own business. I had to kind of save every dime that I could, so I kind of dropped picking up all current titles at the time, and really, just stuck to back issues that I could find cheap, 25-cent bin, things like that, at flea market. But now, I keep hearing so much good stuff about this title. Even when people say it got slow, it was still good. They were still picking it up, and I really loved the first 3 issues and had wanted to continue picking up the title. Just never got around to it for some reason, so I picked up Volume 1, first trade of Saga. Like I said, I have the first 3 issues in single format, but I've already reread those issues in here and started on the 4th one, and yeah, I'm glad I picked this up. Done with this in a couple weeks. I'll go ahead and pick up Volume 2, and then hopefully that'll be far enough in I can start picking up the single issues. This is issues 1 through 6 or 1 through 7. Yeah, 1 through 6, and I believe the second one is 7 through 12. And I believe 13 and on are still pretty easy to find, so I'll start picking those up as well. So, yeah. I don't know what needs to be said about Saga. Everybody's reading it. You all know why. It's great. Art's fantastic. Story is awesome so far. So, yep. So cool. That's what I managed to pick up here. I just got that yesterday, actually. First time I've actually been out more than just a few miles around town here in a while. Hopefully tax season coming here, I'll have a little extra money. Plan on picking up some things I've been waiting for a while, some key issues and stuff like that. And I also want to take this time now to do a shout out of a fairly new YouTuber. He is subscribed to me, and I've checked out his channel. I subscribed to his channel. He's got some pretty good videos going. His handle is Comicbookdude. He's another one of our friends from Australia, and he does some good reviews on current books. I believe he is also an Xbox player and does the Xbox Live thing. Unfortunately, I'm on PlayStation 3, so can't really play games that way. I'd like to play some things with folks from around the world like everybody else. But yeah, if you get a chance, check out his channel. I'll try to leave a link below. He's a great guy. Actually been talking to him, and he's like me, you know, for certain books and certain circumstances. You know, I mind spending a little extra money to send things overseas. You know, I haven't done any trades with anyone yet, but I'm trying to work out we're trying to work out a little thing right now, a little trade deal or something, and hopefully that'll go through. But he's a really great guy. Got some good videos, so check him out. And that's all. Until next time, everybody take care. Keep reading those books, and keep watching the videos. Appreciate everybody's likes and views and subscriptions so far. I'm at like 92 subscribers now, and like most people, I really want to do some kind of contest thing when I reach about 100 subscribers. So yeah, hopefully that'll be coming soon. Until then, take care.